those two kids are really not soft. We're talking two dead scumbags in a case that's going to go anyway. And with the domestic troubles,
On the side.
This one's a good remedy.
On the side. Come on.
So you can. Yes. My son was only 9 years old. He needed his father. I couldn't lose him. I'd like to live in the other communities on the streets.
Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as we get set for what ought to be a terrific battle. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm David, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense takes the field. Historically, guys, Michigan has...
Fucking future. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You, from that day on, was staying at the hotel. That wasn't the first time. You used it for something. There were other times. A lot of other times. He treated me just like one of the snitches. Just one last thing, Mr. Bishop. You never asked me what happened to you, did you? I asked him point blank if he killed her. He was going to want to know my conscience. He said when he went to her apartment, she was already dead. He said he set the fire because he didn't know if she had anything he could link it to her.
Grip on the little brown jug. Gophers hoping to put that thing in play today.
And you see that little brown jug and the celebration after every Michigan-Minnesota game. And you're right. Michigan has had it for the majority of the time. Minnesota knows that. They got to do something about that today.
Yeah, Minnesota plays in a lot of trophy games, don't they? But this is one they would love to put in the trophy case a lot more consistently. To do that, they have got to match the intensity of Michigan in this game, and they have got to be more physical than what they've shown in recent years.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Takes the easy completion. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. In the lore of the little brown jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but it was important. I mean, it was helping hydrate people back in the day, David, so, you know, get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little brown jug me.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes a move. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So Michigan's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Looking for room, it's Stewart. Michigan completely controlled this rivalry game last year and just took the jug away from the Gophers.
Listen, Michigan's a program at this point with recent success. They're thinking about national championships. We've seen them in the college football playoff here in recent years. This is a rivalry game against Minnesota that they're expected to dominate, and last year, David, they did.
Michigan, year after year, one of the winningest programs in all of college football. We expect them to be great. Always a tremendous challenge for Minnesota to try to get that little brown joke.
Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback will audible. Third down play from the gun. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught on the outside. It's Prieskorn.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. And the Wolverines get enough for the first down.
Hey man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field, but they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
The give to the tailback. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Gets it out fast. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. A little toss to the fullback there didn't get big yardage, but it does let the defense know they can't ignore it.
Dang right. It's a changeup. It's not going to be something I live with and do all the time and try to feature him out of the backfield, but if I can slip him the football every now and again and deter you from blitzing and assuming run when the fullback's always in the football game.
Picks up the first down, still moving. And he'll be written out of bounds, but not a good pickup on that one. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Wolverines will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quick pass on the fly motion. Into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Scanning the field, it's Lindsey trying to get to him. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then. A little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
And the Golden Gophers will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
And the Wolverines pick up the first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent, making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
On the run, it's Stewart. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They go to the ground. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver shows motion. The RPO, it's complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the ball.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Lindsey. Oh, so close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats, and he's shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
Bulldozes his way through. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
The Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up. Grab behind the line. It's McWilliams. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Let me get...
Why don't they speak the sun? What happens when it's not? It's your fault. And we just do it. It's a serious accusation. No, that's a fact. Lots of facts, actually. Here's one. James and Mark, decorated team agents, actually working for the deputy cartel in Mexico. That's why he had to do extra money after shot caller for the rifle. His highlight. Right. This wasn't one incident of corruption. It was decades. And he wasn't just the DEA either. District Attorney's investigator was the Marcos puppet, starting all the way back when he was a cop with the LAPD. And when the whole thing fell apart, he tried to have my client murdered, right under the nose of the sheriff's department. This entire case was bullshit. Right from the start. Now, I doubt anyone will ever find James DeMarco. I don't think the DEA even wants to. It's too embarrassing. Better to just sweep it all under the rug. Which means no one will ever pay for the murder of Gloria Dayton or the murder of my driver, Eddie Rojas, or God knows what other crimes. You, all of you, are going to pay for this. Because I'm going to make you pay. Now, the truth is, I didn't want to take this case to trial. Let me know if I had it in me. Now? Now I'm itching to go to court. And if you think my client is asking for a lot of money now, you wait. You wait to see what a jury gives him and where to find him.
Oh,
How about the DB? Just seeing
God,
that initially,
oh.
pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Thanks, Jess.
The aerial assault continues.
What's the deal with the new guy?
Makes the catch. It's
That guy.
McClung. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field.
I'll be in touch. Her husband's crazy rich now taking that famous.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play.
Everyone?
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
1st down here for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. A little screen to the running back. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you. But you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The give on the inside. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
I think you will find what you want to know.
Wide out in motion.
Let's just say the system has to block.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Just working and poking and...
See you around.
Mickey, are you ever going to tell us what's going on?
What's going on is that we won.
Holy shit! That was a ton of zeros.
You know what? Let's take the rest of the day.
finding his way up to the 36.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. And really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
They'll try the run. Easy drop behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse. You see, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Makes the catch. Here's Stewart. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that is just a gut punch.
Continuing to turn and move him forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Solid pickup of
Phelan
4
from
on
now
first
is
down and
wide,
second and
and
6.
Schwartz case is going like getting Lester's basic match, like divorce. Just at least.
All right, you can take any kids you want, just don't do anything.
So I could pretty much just do anything.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Pitts. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Say as long as you want to just church it. We'll see you a week or so.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Caught behind the line. It's Stewart. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Wolverines. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap your chest. My bad, dog.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the same page.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got to go on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
He'll try the left side. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Stay right there. Put your hands together. What are you doing? I guess you didn't hear the lawyer part, did you? Huh? Take you over here. Your safety and mine. Six you.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Pitts. Now well within
Stay right
striking
there.
distance
Do
as
not
that
move.
third
You're
down
on
play
camera.
gets him a first at the 29.
You don't know if that's
Here's
water
this
or just
offense
coming
with a
from the
fresh
car.
set of downs.
Whatever it is, maybe I can talk through it. Hey, you can't do that.
He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do. These two teams and fan bases get together with a little brown jug on the line. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll open the second half with a run. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Everybody else already said. I guess that's what it's going to
They'll
do.
run the RPO and fire to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county.
I think Michael recognized that there were guys who were sort of overachievers.
On third and long, you'll need to loosen up that arm.
Strong arm.
And the pass is picked off.
Which I'm sure he would do.
And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. Third and long, they dialed up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
Hand off to the single back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up second and 9. The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line.
Watching on TV when we were prepared for
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey.
John was my guy.
Quickly complete.
Kept thinking,
And he just couldn't
That's
get
the spot
started.
I need
Goes
to be.
down behind the line of scrimmage, and
by the
they'll
time I
lose
got
yardage
there,
on the
John
completion.
was
And that's a big
final
gain
year
down the
of his
field, and the big
career.
fella was wide open. I'll tell you what, nobody around. The defense kind of lost sight of him, and he took full
I
advantage.
was going to be a rough player. What I did well.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. The official says no good. After the missed field goal, still down by 21 points, guys. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Paul, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. At midfield, he's got room. He's loose. The
I've been
tag.
supported.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
You love basketball. You love watching you play. We played together all the time.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on second down.
Brother. That's where the family actually was. Malcolm, John, and Steve played basketball. Naturally, David sometimes were in.
They'll go to the ground. Still running at the 40. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration, and stop that outside run.
Second and very short here for the offense.
In the early 70s, as a 5-6-year-old kid, it was like magic.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Arizona scholarship.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
I was just thrilled to have a place to go. And then when I went off to college, my mom
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And the Wolverines are flying down the field.
Became president of the American University of Beirut. In the chapel of the American University of Beirut, the 117th school year officially began. With the summer of fighting in Beirut,
using his legs and Stewart. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. He has been in see-ball, get-ball mode all day, and he is making his mark in this rivalry game, guys.
I'll tell you, he was sick and tired of reading about and hearing about the offenses coming into this one. This guy had his own designs and his own plans. He has been balling, David, all over the field.
And it's so fun. A rivalry game, you have so much emotion, so much passion. Well, guess what? You can let that out on defense. And defense, you can fly around, make plays, and he's been doing it all game long.
They're trying to get to it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
I was told it's not a good shot. I was told. And I thought maybe just a leg or an arm. The president of the Italian University in
They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been running a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
He'll pull it on the read. Got enough for the first down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion.
I think he respected me because he knew I fought.
Got his man quickly. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on second down.
I was struggling.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
As a role player,
and he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down?
Very similar situation.
You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they...
All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment has been extended.
He knew the camera was on his arm.
Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they look oh so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented at Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing.
Brings it down on the right side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense accepts the roughing the
God
passer
damn,
penalty
it's
and
only
get a new
30.
set of downs. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. It's Lindsey. Going for it all. Holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Kansas is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Big J isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 10 over TCU. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Crosses the 40. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Leaves it with the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
To the ground, he's got it again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Here's the handoff. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. We'll see if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Working that left side now. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff to the fullback. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got the back over the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my...
On top of this sports. Get inside, hurry! Get in there.
Play when you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Going up top on first down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here late.
Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. They're bringing heat. Slings it downfield. It's complete. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes that when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch. He got some positive yards.
They'll throw it on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. The stop, the start, the juke, everything in the bag as he gets to the 29.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Golden Gophers getting set on 1st and 10.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw, it's Lindsey. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Gets it out quickly. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive.
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game.
and a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Avant. And he is brought down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety.
That's all right.
They'll leave it with the lone back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, keep the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.
The NBA title up for grabs beginning Wednesday night at Salt Lake City. Part 2 between the defending champs and the Avalanche group. Super Mike and the gang looking human, working on just 2 days rest in the snare.
I'm sure that's it. All right.
Remember they lost the year before. Utah came back. They were better the next year. The atmosphere in Utah was, this is it. We can finally vanquish them.
Utah was waiting for us. We basically had to fly to Salt Lake the next day. And it just seemed like we were kind of running on fumes.
Most people struggle to be present. People go and sit in ashrams for 20 years in India, trying to be present. Do yoga, meditate, trying to get here now.
What are you listening to? Kenny Lattimore. Brand new. Not even out yet. He's a friend of mine, you know, right?
Most people live in fear because they project the past into the future. Michael's a mystic. He was never anyone.
You know you're going to win the tournament now. I sense it. Wherever you go, you're going to win on
Yes, no.
His gift was not that he could jump high, run fast, shoot basketball. His gift was that he was completely present, and that was the separator.
Big downfall of a lot of players who are otherwise gifted is Fiji probably been.